Hi everyone, this is Arlene. Today's video is a little bit different than what I usually show. I've had a couple of requests to show a video on how I prepare for a crop or a retreat. So I've got some little tips and some tricks for you today that I wanted to just share with you. So I originally got started with scrapbooking by going to a creative memories class, and like probably some of you have done the same thing. And so I originally started with creative memories. I fell in love with their albums and I do love them. I've been doing it quite a long time. And so my family albums that I use are the creative memories. And when I heard there was a rumor going around years ago that they may not be around anymore, I actually really stocked up on quite a few of their albums. So needless to say, I still have a stash. It's dwindling and I don't have as many or near as many as I used to, but I still use the Creative Memories albums. So this is what is on the inside. The Creative Memories looks like it's a hinge bound. So it's got the hinge, and this is how you add or take out pages. This particular album is a newer one, and inside this album came with some pre-printed pages, and it's something I've not worked with before. And this made me I had to scrapbook a little outside of the box because the particular pages I was doing, I scrapbook chronologically. So they were things like Thanksgiving and Halloween and some Christmas and even the New Year, and then some more of the winter months. But it was really fun to do that with trying to make it work, which I think I did. So it was really fun. So I wanted to share what I do when I prepare my page layouts for a crop or a retreat. So this is what I originally started with. It was just a page. It was a sketch layout that I found on the internet. Someone had shared it, and it's just basically just squares, and I used to just sketch out my pictures, and I would have my title of what my page or my title layout was going to be. I tend to be more of a simple scrapbooker. I just put the pictures down, but I like to dress up my title. So the pictures I would crop. I'd have it pre-cropped, ready to go, and I would just lay out on the paper how I wanted the pictures to go. Now I do things a little bit differently. What I do is I lay out the pictures, and I actually just take a picture on my phone of how I want those pages to go. So those pictures, when I go to a crop, I just pull up my phone and it's ready to go. I can just look at my phone and then I see how they're going to be laid out. I don't have to think about it because to me that's a process that takes up quite a bit of time, figuring out where everything's going to go. And then when I go to a crop, I take the things that I want for my layout. If I have, in one particular case, it says, "Oh, Christmas tree," and on this page right here, and I'm going to show it to you, that says the Christmas tree layout. I had things like stickles and sequins, and then I had a die cut that I had pre-cut out. So it depends on how much pre-planning you want to do, but this particular one, I had pre-cut the Christmas trees on I believe it was my Cricut that I found the cut for. And then you can change the color with the print and cut there, change the color so that it corresponded and it coordinated with the color of the page layout, the pre-printed page that I already had. I worked on it. I used the stickles there at the crop and the sequins, and then I just set it aside to dry, and by the end of the crop I was able to adhere it onto my page, and it was dry and ready to go. So of course I brought things like the stickers, the stickles, these little buttons here, the rub-ons. Those are all things that I packed in my sections. Like I divided them up in my dividers and I put them ready to go to take to my crop. But that was all I did. And then that way I wasn't taking all of my ribbon, all of my stickles. It was color coordinated with what I was going to bring. And that saves a lot of time when you are scrapbooking and you're going to a crop. But you don't have to pack all of that. And that's what I like about pre-planning for an event. So on this particular page, I'm just going to show you another example. This is not quite finished yet. Like I said, I tend to be a simple scrapbooker, but I had pre-cut I did the print and cut there as well for the title. It matched, I made the color match the teal that was on the right side of the page, on that pre-printed page. And then I also took some Christmas paper that I had, again, trying to use my stash, and I went ahead and brought some of that, and I that was a little bit of what I decided I wanted to use. Now, when you pack for a crop, you can use these, and then each page layout, all the products can go into one of these 2-gallon baggies. You can get these at the dollar store in a pack. You can also, this is what I've used in the past too as well. It's by Creative Memories, but it is like really old, I believe. So I don't think they have those anymore. This was a box, and it came in with plastic dividers, and each one of these, I've labeled them. I believe I have 15 of them in there, so it's 1 through 15. And each page, like a plastic page divider, would contain a two-page layout. So it would be the left and the right side. So that's what I would use. I put the paper in there, all of the paper. I usually add extra white and black and sometimes red, depending on what I'm using. So I have a little bit of that extra white and black I usually always need. So you can put it in your baggie. It tends to flop a little bit more, especially if you don't have 12 by 12 paper in there, but you can use that just as well, or one of those divider boxes, or something that's going to work for you. This is another idea that I thought was wonderful. It was at a crop that I went to last month. There was a lady there, and she had gotten a collage of prints, and she got this at Costco, and this is where I've ordered mine. I upload my pictures to the Costco website, and that's where I keep them at. I also have an external hard drive too as well that I copy them over to that. But this was wonderful because you can get different sizes, a little bit smaller too. You don't have to spend as much time trimming and keep trimming to make sure the page will fit or the picture will fit onto your page. I like to try to get more pictures into 2 pages than just 1 or 2. I take a lot of pictures during the month. I'm trying to scale down, but I'm still doing it. So this was wonderful. Sorry for the purple little sticky notes. So they've got a couple of my little foster kiddos in those pictures. But this was a busy month, but I love this idea. You can put different sizes on there, and it's still the whole picture rather than trimming off something that you didn't want to get rid of. Now here's another. This is an 11 by 14. They come in 3 or 4 different kinds of sizes. See the red around here? You can get borders on there, or you can have no borders. You can have thin borders. You can change the color of the borders over here. This is wonderful. This happens, I believe it's one of the thicker borders that you can get. I made it red for Valentine's Day, but we're going to see how it's going to work on my pre-printed page because it's teal. So I'm not sure how that's going to look yet. I haven't worked with it enough yet. But I split it down the middle. I just cut it there with my paper trimmer. So I'm going to have the bigger side is going to be on the right side. And do you see how this pre-printed page is meant for 2 pages? But this collage fit perfectly over that. You can't even see that. And it looks like it was meant to be there. Now this one also has some matting for 2 pages, but when I place this collage, the left side of the collage, it's a little bit thinner than the right side. It looks like it's just meant to be some matting, some embellished paper to go. It worked out great. I like it. So I've got enough room there in the middle for some journaling because I think what I'm going to do is just number all of those pictures and then do some bullet journaling and number that. So here's the next page. This is another pre-printed page, and it is a little bit easier to work with. Again, I took the 11 by 14 collage, and do you see how there's no border on this one? This one has no borders, and the left side happens to fall right where I cut it, where I trimmed it at. It is the thinner piece of the collage, and then the right hand side is going to fit perfectly over there. Then this for right here will just pretty much fill up the page. And then on the left side of my page, I'm going to just place this smaller section of the collage right there, and that way I'm going to have room for a title and even more journaling, which is what I'm really trying hard to do this year, is focus more on the memory keeping, of course the pictures, but okay, so Project Life, which is I've wanted to start for years. I've wanted to, and I just haven't done it. So I have a lot of Project Life cards. So I found this Project Life card. Came out of a Stampin' Up! Project Life pack. And it's black and white, perfect for this page. This is another Project Life. It came out of the same kit, 4x6. I'm going to just place that on the left side of the paper, or on the page. And then I'm going to I plan on just typing up some printing it out on my computer, and again probably some bullet journaling, and then going across on bottom side, the left side of that. And perfect. And that's a great way to use up your Project Life papers that maybe you haven't used, or maybe have excess after you've used the bulk of the Project Life kit and you want to get rid of some. I thought that's going to be a great idea. I can't wait to use some of those Project Life kits papers. So I'm so glad that you stopped by. Thank you for listening. I hope you got some good tips from this. If you want to leave a comment, I would be happy to hear from you. And also this week, I challenge you to use something out of the box. Use a Project Life kit or paper that you have that is being not used as a Project Life per se album in one. Make a card or a scrapbook page. And if you want to, I would love to see what you have to work on. Leave a link at the bottom in the comment section. I'd be happy to go over and take a look. I can't wait to see what you make. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.